Okay, mate, let's have a look here. Magic, we'll start off on. Now, on a daily chart, this was lovely consolidation in here inside this apex. Above this previous resistance point. You can see here this was a previous resistance, and then it became support here and acted as support and moved up. So very nice move. What we got was a large sell volume. We got a large buy volume, I should say, but above the buy volume you can get a dip and a pullback. So essentially what it needs to do, after this big breakout, it probably can dip down a bit and consolidate in here. If it can consolidate properly in here, well, there's still room for another move then later. It's very natural to get some sort of consolidation here. When a market gets a big move up like this, it needs to digest the move. You can see here there's a nice increase in volume. That's exactly what you want to see. You want to see this volume increasing. You can see here the entire way down volume was kind of decreasing to a certain extent, and then we got this capitulation here that changed things. What do you do below capitulation? Below capitulation you look to buy and accumulate. So you look to buy and accumulate here, right below that capitulation. But currently, so the chart structure seems to be working okay so far. Currently, this here will likely need to build pressure in. This is a type of a pressure cooker in a way. This is a 3-day chart, but this usually likes to build some sort of pattern or pressure, and then it'll give a big move up or down. I mean, the trend at the moment is up, but they're like COVID crash in the last time, 2019. There was moves like this, and then we got moves down out of it again because of COVID. But if things all remain well and strong and good and everything else, these moves should obviously be to the upside. So at this point currently, Magic had a big move and it needs to just consolidate here and see how it goes. So far there's no damage done. It's just you get a big move up and it's starting to consolidate. Soon there probably should be, maybe not this week, it might be forming a red weekly candle, but if it forms a red weekly candle, let it form this red weekly candle, and then maybe next week it could even get one more move higher. There's no sign of a top yet, right? It doesn't really suggest that there's a top in, so there still could be one more move higher, and that's on a weekly. You can see that the 2-week is green, right? That's holding strong, so the dip should not be too bad over the next 6 days in theory, right? It should hold up fairly well, but it looks like the top is in for now. Okay, it's not so easy to flip green. Listen, it can flip green again. This is the first day of the month. Sorry, this is the first day of the week. New weekly candle today. There is a new monthly candle. Let's look at that in 3 days time. Okay, so what we're seeing here is we're probably seeing monthly candles get topped out and create wicks, right? So it's unusual for candles to not close with wicks, so it probably needs some wicks. That's why we're getting some sell-offs in the market. Okay, so the market is doing its thing now, and it's probably cooling off until a new month. Okay, mate, so BLUR here. This is BLUR spot on Bybit. Yeah, this giant volume here is definitely very interesting. That's on the monthly chart. What it's suggesting is that if there is a red monthly candle next month, pretend that's red there, right? If it's suggesting, if it gets a red candle next month, it is suggesting that then prices probably should go higher then, right? I'm not saying that's happening yet. I'm just putting it out there in case we do get something like that. It's still very strong, right? It's still very strong. The issue with it here is something like this, right? As it pulls into this resistance point, there is a lot of selling up here, so it's not easy to just power through this block here. Okay, so can there be more upside? Yeah, there can be. On a new 2-week, there is a possibility that this could go again, and then it needs to decide if it's going to get through this high or not, or if it's going to fail. But price can go again, like this one did. You see the way this sold off here? There was a dip down and then a push up to test the highs, and it broke through these highs. It can do the same again. on a new 2 week. Now I don't think it's going to do it for until a new 2 week, so there's probably 5 or 6 days left before it even attempts this. But you know, a move down first and then a push up to try and push into these previous highs. That then, you know, I don't know if it's going to get through that or not, because it's had a lot of upside so far, but it's worth watching. And you can kind of see that already what I was doing, because this had a big move up, and this in theory should stay red. See the way this had a red week and done that before continuation? That's exactly kind of what I'm talking about, but only on a 2 week. Sorry, not exactly, but this one should be red coming down, and then next week can attempt to push higher again, because this is not a clear sign of a top yet. There is giant volume, which can cause some sell-off, but a lot of times price likes to move up and go above this red volume. Sorry, it's not red volume, it's green volume, but it can cause selling, right? It's green volume, but it can cause selling. So this is, in my opinion, a good chance to stay red on the week, right? And then it can push up next week. That's what I think is happening. It's not easy to break through these highs because of all this